This is Leiberman Unleashed on CFFNation.com. I'm Jon Leiberman. This is an interview show that will inform you and hopefully entertain you as well. So let's get right to it. We have a very special guest tonight, Big Jon, the dancing trucker. And without further ado, Jon is joining us from his truck. Hello, Jon.
Hello, Jon. How you doing today?
Doing great. We're going to get to your moves in a moment, but first, when did you start driving?
I started driving back in 2002. Been on the road for 13 years now.
Wow, 13 years driving. How has driving changed since you began driving that many years ago?
Oh, it's changed. As far as DOT department, transportation, they're a little more critical out there. They changed a couple rules on us in the last 13 years. We got to take a 30-minute break now. It never used to be that way. But as far as the four-wheelers, all the traffic and all the weather conditions, that's still the same. That's still the same. So.
What are you most passionate about in the trucking world?
In the trucking world, the thing I'm most passionate about is just having my freedom. As far as the job goes, just being out and about, kind of on my own, not no one looking over my shoulder. I love that part of it. Being outside all the time. I enjoy that too. So.
Why is there such a shortage of drivers right now?
Oh man, that's a good question, and there is a big shortage in drivers. Probably the number one reason is just being away from home. I know my wife wants me at home, so I was fortunate enough in the past 13 years to be home a lot. Not every night, but most of the time, and these guys get out there, and there's so many jobs available in the trucking industry as well. They feel like there's something else better out there, I guess. The grass is greener on the other side, and that's not always the case.
I wanted to ask you about this. For the second time in 9 years, the American Trucking Association has asked DOT to establish a rule requiring electronic speed limiters on all large trucks to be set no higher than 65 miles per hour. What's your take on that?
I think it's a good thing, I see some of these owner-operators out here going way too fast, and obviously they set their own speed limits, and they can go as fast as they can. Of course, the company trucks are governed. The one I'm driving now is exactly what you said, 65 miles an hour, and as a matter of fact, we're getting new trucks in, and I think they're about 63 miles an hour. Yeah, it's a good thing, man. These trucks are big. They weigh a lot. They're 80,000-pound vehicles going down the road, and I think it's a good thing. It saves on fuel as well. It's not my fuel, but it saves on fuel. So,
what is the biggest, would you say, obstacle for truck drivers these days in terms of, either a hazard out there or something that gets in the way of you making a living and doing it in a safe way?
Oh man, there's a bunch of things. It depends what part of the country you're driving in. Weather plays a big role, as far as winter and snow and ice. That's going to slow the truck driver down. Just not taking care of your truck, keeping up on your truck to where it's not breaking down once a month on you, and you're having to stop and put all that money back into your truck. There's just, I don't know, there's just all kinds of things that could slow a truck driver down out here.
What is it that you think normal everyday folks in America don't understand about those of you in the trucking industry, in the business and the lifestyle?
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people out there don't understand how dedicated you have to be to drive 18 wheels down the road. I mean, you got to really love the job to do this. And hey, it's long hours. It's 70 hours a week. I mean, not a lot of people work like that. So we're out here on the road for a long time, and people just don't realize that. And a lot of drivers probably don't get proper rest, proper sleep, and I mean, you got to stay on your P's and Q's out here as a truck driver, man. It's not easy. You got to be aware of your surroundings at all times. You got to get your sleep. You have to eat right. Um, you know, there's some bad things can happen out here as a truck driver if you don't take care of yourself.
What do you love most about being a truck driver?
Oh, I mentioned that a little bit ago, but I think the thing I like the most about being a truck driver is just the freedom, just being out here on the road. I love driving. I mean, there's a lot of times I don't even turn my radio on. I just sit and think. I meditate. I'm very creative mentally out here behind the wheel. I think of some really good things out here on the road.
All right, and I want to hear about a lot more of those, but we have to take a very quick break. When we return, Big Jon and his dancing. We're going to find out about his musical taste. We're going to find out why he's known as the Dancing Trucker. We're going to find out all of that. You're watching Leiberman Unleashed on CFFNation.com. We'll be right back. And we are back here on CFFNation.com. I'm Jon Leiberman. This is Leiberman Unleashed, and we have Big Jon, the Dancing Trucker, joining us from his truck. Jon, how did you learn your moves? How did you get nicknamed the Dancing Trucker?
Well, like I've said, I've been driving a truck for 13 years. It's what I do. It's my profession. Dancing is a God-gifted talent that I have that's been with me since I was a teenager and a young kid. And dancing comes naturally to me. It's like riding a bike. And I know it's unusual because I'm a white dude with lots and lots. So, but I love dancing. Dancing is a passion. I'm a big fan of music. I feel the music. That's just all there is to it.
What's your favorite kind of music?
My favorite kind of music is hip hop. Something where I can feel the beat. Usher, Rihanna, Flo Rida, Justin Timberlake. Even there's so many talented artists out there when it comes to hip hop. But I have to say that's my favorite genre.
So, are there times when, if your windows are rolled down, somebody might go by you and hear you belting out some tunes? And if so, which ones?
Oh man, I listen to it all. I mean, I listen to old school, Roger and Zapp. I mean, I like them. Man, like I said, Flo Rida, Justin Timberlake, Ludacris, Usher. I mean, I'm a big fan of Usher. I mean, I'll even throw Justin Bieber in there. I like some of his music. I'm just a big fan of music in general, but definitely hip hop.
You have said, I'm going to quote you, you have said, quote, "What's more relatable to a fat person than a fat person?" Have you always been heavy?
Actually, I have not always been heavy. I was a skinny guy growing up. When I was dancing, when I was playing sports in high school, I played 5 sports. I was very, very active. I never stopped. I danced on the weekends. So I was skinny all the way up until probably 1994 when I got married, started to settle down. Then I started eating my wife's good cooking, and then I gotten in the truck, and I really slowed down when I got in the truck. So the weight pours on fairly quickly as you get older if you don't stay on top of it.
So you're blaming your wife, essentially.
It's all her fault.
All right, now tell me this. Tell me your goal here and how truckers can stay fit on the road. I know it's a passion of yours.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm out here on this dancing trucker tour right now. I've visited like eight truck stops already, and my goal is to get these guys out here moving and dancing while they're sitting there for 10 hours with nothing to do. But they won't do it. But yeah, I mean, the bottom line is, it's all in your head too. I mean, losing weight and wanting to get fit and being serious about it is all mental. And you have to believe that you can do it. And I'm trying to maybe encourage these guys that a normal looking guy just like them. I'm a truck driver. I'm not a dance fitness. I mean, I'm not a fitness expert by no means. I'm just a regular dude out here that has a passion for dance and has a passion for trying to help people. I mean, that's my calling in life right now.
What's the reaction been like when you're trying to preach this gospel to truck drivers who may not be all that receptive to it?
I'm just out there, I always say there's no shame in my game. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people might be shy or they might say I'm too fat. And, like you said, I'm not skinny by no means. I've lost some weight. I'm still a big dude. I'll always be a big dude. Even at 290 pounds, I was a big dude. But I just want other people to look at me and say, hey, he's out there doing it just the way he is. He's not waiting until he looks a certain way. He's doing it right now. And I think that could help so many truck drivers out there that maybe have a gut on them.
How much of it is mental? How much of it is, you know what, I'm heavy, I drive a truck, I'm sitting all day, it's too hard to lose the weight?
Yeah, it's mental is, man, I would have to say mental is probably 75%. I mean, mental is huge. And if these guys don't have an example, if they don't have no one out there in front of them, if all they see is turn on the TV and it's someone that with a six-pack on say, hey, do this, I can help you. If it's someone out there that's been on The Biggest Loser that don't drive a truck every day, that's going to pilot saying, hey, I can help you, truck driver. I've been on The Biggest Loser. I lost a lot of weight. That's not relatable. What I'm doing is relatable. I'm the only truck driver on this planet Earth doing this right now. Try to Google it. Try to look someone else up that's doing what I'm doing. There's no one else out there doing it.
No, you're the only one. I have about 45 seconds left, and you've been tweeting about it. What is your message right now?
My message is simply, no matter how much you weigh, no matter what you look like, no matter how old you are, you still have hope. I promise you. You have hope. You can start today. You can lose weight starting today. You can be more of a confident person. You can have more self-esteem. All you have to do is get out there and do it anyway. Don't wait on nothing.
He is Big John, the dancing trucker. As he said, nobody else is doing it. He joined us from his truck this evening. Thank you, John. Good to see you.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for watching. This is Leiberman Unleashed, only on CFFNation.com. More big guests, more issues that are important to truckers and the trucking industry when we join you next time. Bye-bye.